looking at here for this one, Billy?
Absolutely. It is down all the way to the last 32 standing. We're taking a quick look here at Zoomer Academy up against On the Way. Zoomer Academy has had multitudes of strong appearances in the Valorant Sunday Showdown just in the last few weeks already, with some strong top 4 finishes to their name. On the opposite side is On the Way, formerly EZ5. On the Way has already taken one Valorant Sunday Showdown with this roster. They certainly have their eyes set on another here for week number 44. Zoomer Academy in their way here on Descent. Zoomer Academy starting out on attack. And two of the names that we wanted to take a look at here before this match got started, Seven and Bones. Seven on the Jet, Bones on that Duelist will certainly be making some big plays for the Zoomers over at Zoomer Academy.
Big plays, big statements from that neck of the woods. But let's not forget who we've got on the way. We've talked about that former roster from EZ5, Dilly, and we're looking at, of course, you're looking at Gucci. Made that sick 1 versus 5 ace clutch for that final win just a couple of weeks ago. I believe it was week 42, if not mistaken.
Yep.
Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. But there's some talent. That's what I'm saying. Leviathan, another name. Governor, a great player. And, of course, you can have Cruel as well. So, big names. And, Nate, looking for that Killjoy lockdown potential. Oh, we're going to see a Phoenix from Governor. That's not the norm.
Yeah, absolutely. We would have certainly expected to have seen Governor on the Reyna as of late, but with those adjustments, some would call them nerfs, applied to Reyna's kit here as of recently. Governor, one of the more vocally heartbroken duelists at those nerfs, has made the switch on over to the Phoenix. Zoomer Academy still trusting in the Reyna, so that's going to be a really interesting matchup. This is really going to help us kind of flesh out which is best here in these situations, rather.
In Reyna we trust. That's the question you're going to ask your duelists on the map of Ascent. It's been, I think, an essential agent for this map, and seeing Reyna, and obviously if you've missed the patch updates, we are here to fill you in here at the Valorant Sunday Showdown. From what Reyna's changes have gone through, she actually has less abilities now in the sense of you devour, you dismiss, only 2 slots available rather than the former 4. So with that in mind, less zooming in round, dismissing left, right and centre like a Formula 1 driver, trying to get past that finish line at the end. It's more of that calculated risk. And as a Reyna now, you can't be so reckless, can you, Dilly?
Absolutely. The Reynas have been forced to be a bit more conservative with that kit. Bones, though, is one of the least conservative players I have ever seen, wanting to take the fight right to the enemy. This round is no different. Zoomer Academy on the attack here on Ascent, already establishing great amounts of real estate towards the mid corridor, on the way mounting a response of their own through B main. Governor poking his head out, trying to find an engagement's gonna trade a bit of damage with the turret there. Besides, that's not a fight he wants to take today. In the mid corridor, Bones and Seven, we said the dynamic duo pushing forward, looking for a fight.
I love what I'm seeing here. This duo, you can see the chemistry, the synergy as they're pushing up through market, going to spawn as well. Leviathan, he's got the intel, he's got that glitch pop frenzy at hand. That frenzy meta, a bit more expensive, but it's still kicking 7. Getting some intel, getting a bit too much intel if you were on the way. They're taking this.
Wow! On the way are taking this. Leviathan is taking this, taking the volume up to 11. Picking up the quadra kill is Leviathan. How is that for some fireworks? I hope everyone is well rested and awake for this top 32 matchup. Leviathan certainly is 4-0-0, top of the leaderboard for the first round.
Might check 1 2 1 2. Hardly giving us a moment to get our words in edgeways. Leviathan, 4K, holding off from the defender's spawn there. What start there for On the Way? We talked of talent, and that's going to be leading the charge with us over.
Absolutely, Leviathan making his presence known on the way here, pushing forward, but it's going to be Bones getting a 1-for-1. J. Cruel will be able to clean that up for the defenders, but On the Way, no shortage of aggression here from the defending side.
J. Cruel rocking that Spectre, and you're probably wondering, why has he got a Spectre second round? Whoa, the Stinger's been nerfed. The Stinger's been nerfed. Less agents, players will be using the Stinger from what we've seen so far, and Just watching many a stream and cast have been talking about this, that the meta is in full swing of a big change. Fletcher, though, looking to switch things up here for the Zoomer Academy. Perseverance, looking to persevere with the Sheriff. Reaver Sheriff would be magic. Get a one-tap here. Talking of no one-tap, it's looking cruel. Picking one up. 4 and 3.
Here comes the push from Zoomer Academy out onto site. The guns are not in their favor, but the numbers may be. They're going to use that to their advantage. Fletcher takes out J. Cruel. Leviathan putting the Ares to work, takes down Arctic. On the way now in a 3v2. They are not out of the woods yet as the spike goes down. Nats takes down Fletcher, and Leviathan closes out yet another round here for On the Way. Off to a solid start, 2-0 over the Young Guns over at Zoomer Academy. And now we'll see On the Way really put to the test here as Zoomer Academy look to splash out a bit, cop the big rifles and some big sets of armor. Save for Bones there. Bones having to invest a little more earlier on in that Reyna kit. Relegated now to the light armor. Zoomer Academy on the opposite side. You see J. Cruel saving up the full bank here. As I say that, does opt for the Stinger. No armor though. As I say it once more, picking up the full armor there for J. Cruel. Will have that ultimate available soon as well. See if that comes into play here. But Fletcher already putting the Vandal to work. Gets the opening frag on the Governor.
Governor, big name, out of the game for On the Way. On the way for Medic. No Medic available for them at this point. No Sage, no Sky, of course. The 2 healers in the meta as it stands. And really, really enjoying the level of play that we're seeing right now in Valorant. So many unique ideas, different agents, different moves. And the move right now, Arctic, just thinking about that owl drone. Get that intel, probing and a poking. Sees the Killjoy bot, but doesn't see anything else, so he's going for this one. Oh, no!
Oh, wow. On the Way have sprung the trap here on Zoomer Academy, and Zoomer Academy may have fallen in face first. On the Way now really putting the pressure on the attackers here. That was the Hunter's Fury from Leviathan doing big damage onto Zoomer Academy. Zoomer Academy looking to fortify their position here on the A side. That Nano Storm Grenade, certainly a big part of that equation here as the spike goes down. Nats now wanting to push forward. J. Cruel on the backside takes down Arctic. Here comes the retake. Perseverance standing tall on the A site here, still dodging the bullets from the defenders. Gets one, but it's actually going to be 7 left as the lone attacker remaining. Leviathan again for the 3rd round in a row closes out with a Leviathan kill, and On the Way here, on the way to a solid start here in this first half.
Yeah, I was going to say, they're well on their way to a wicked first half here for this best of one for the top 32. To take nothing away from Zoomer Academy, though, they are making this a really competitive game. And Zoomer Academy by name and by nature, newer roster than On the Way. And On the Way, you've at least heard of one of these players' names throughout the scene right now. If it's going to be from the Valorant Challengers Tour, if it's going to be here at the Valorant Sunday Showdown, these players have been around the block, and Zoomer Academy, they are definitely being put to the test and having a run for their money right now. Sheriff's Ashiko is at hand right now. Ooh. And the Operator, cheeky peek, aggressive peek by J. Cruel, starting things off here.
Yeah, On the Way, very much aware of the situation here, able to take those aggressive peeks. J. Cruel with a bit of a hit and run goes undamaged, and Leviathan now is certainly upgraded to the big boy, the Odin here in play. Lots of bullets available for Leviathan. Zoomer Academy once more establishing this mid-corridor route to whichever site they may please. Hasn't paid off for them quite yet, but they may be able to catch On the Way off guard here. Perseverance so close to taking out Leviathan, but Leviathan comes up with it in the end. Now, here comes Zoomer Academy really trying to take the fight to the defense, and they come up empty-handed. Nats picks up the double kill, puts a stop to all that, and now On the Way with that 4-0 lead will be put to yet another test here from Zoomer Academy, picking up their 2nd full buy of the match.
Leviathan, let's talk about it. He's such a menace. He's such an absolute problem. It's like, where's Waldo? And you can never find him. Like, I've looked through this book 50 times. And I can't find him. Where is he?
And
he
when
pops
you
out the
find
woodwork
Waldo,
with an Ares, an Odin.
Here.
Yeah, absolutely. Leviathan not only moving around the map, but causing big damage as he does it. 9-0-0 so far, 4 rounds in. A monster stat line, looking to stake his claim and that MVP of the match award coming up later. But for now, 7 pops the Blade Storm, looking to turn the tides here for Zoomer Academy. There goes the lockdown in response from On the Way. Or excuse me, from Zoomer Academy, looking to push Gucci off of this position, and Gucci so close to being detained. That was living La Vida Loca, and now Zoomer Academy off the back of that lockdown with the Blade Storm in hand, set their sights on A site as the spike goes down.
Don't think we caught who was on the lockdown there. I know one agent did get locked down, not getting fragged, mind you. 10 players survive. Someone counting their lucky stars. They got through that round alive there. Gucci trying his best to get some control here from Guardians, but this wallbang, that's what I'm talking about. A menace play here, coming through from Leviathan, doesn't get the frag, but J. Cruel will though.
Yeah, absolutely. The coordination coming in clutch for On the Way. Bones stands tall, gets the kill, and that's Zoomer Academy here with a prime opportunity to get their first round, and they do so. So, Zoomer Academy showing they are not toothless quite yet here in this match. Pick up a well-needed round with that full buy. Now On the Way, they had quite a big bank saved up for this moment. But should many more rounds go that way, that will not still be the case.
We've seen, and you've talked about this time and time again, and let's underline it, Zoomer Academy have been going for a lot of map control. Ascent being a complete long-distance map to start things up before you get the entrance to each site, if it's going to be A or B, and they've been pressing on that market. J. Cruel, he's got an idea of this, and I wonder now, is this going to be the point where Zoomer Academy is going to start to get caught out on that mid play? Because that prediction, they've got to start switching it up.
Yeah, absolutely. Zoomer Academy, this is a good round for them. They are not pushing forward as heavily as they've done in the previous rounds here in this match. They're understanding that while their aggression may be one of the things that sets them apart from other squads, it needs to be balanced with temperance here, and Zoomer Academy showing some patience, waiting around these angles, looking for On the Way to flinch first and make the first mistake. Bones spotted out by the recon bolt from Leviathan. That's very necessary intel here for On the Way as they've really dug their heels in, set up 4 of their members on the A site, just J. Cruel on B. So, Zoomer Academy now, they've taken all the time they can take. Here comes the execute, and here comes the defense. Nats takes down Fletcher as so many bullets rain out around. Bones gets a spectacular shot onto Gucci 07 through the smoke, and Zoomer Academy stroll right through the open door.
Just a reminder, that is big talent. That's big frag potential removed from OT Dubs. This could be a big one here for Zoomer Academy if they were able to capitalize and clamber themselves back into this game. Arctic trying to get in, getting a bit too over-ambitious there, but Bones still popping off, still fragging. He could be taking this round here for Zoomers.
Absolutely, another great opportunity here for Zoomer Academy. 3v3 as they try to hold down the site. 7 holding down Hell. Governor with that drop down loses out to 7. Leviathan though with the spray takes down Bones. Doesn't even need to see him. Leviathan on the drop now. The time is running out for the defenders. Here comes the defuse, but didn't get it halfway. Leviathan gets the kills, will not get the round, and Zoomer Academy cut the deficit in half.
Point and click, ever so quick there from Leviathan, and firing through walls, firing straight down the range, it doesn't matter for him. That recon dart play that you're seeing there, that Ares Odin combo match with a Sova, Leviathan down pat, man. He's been practicing that over and over again. You can see that.
Absolutely. This is very polished gameplay here coming from On the Way, but nonetheless, Zoomer Academy keeping them within arm's reach, especially with that spectacular 6th round. Zoomer Academy, they have gotten themselves a great foundation to start building upon, but they've got to carry that momentum through the rest of this half, as On the Way, they will not give you very many opportunities to take the lead here. Bones, once again, spotted out by that recon bolt, forced away from that position, and Leviathan on the hunt with that shock dart sends it out, trying to find Bones. Won't be so lucky this time as J. Cruel holds down the mid corridor once more, looking down that scope, looking for an unfortunate Reyna picking around the corner, but Bones with that half peek had an opportunity to get away scot-free, did not take the get out of jail free card.
That's a key player removed. We talked of Reyna, and it's been an essential agent. It's gone. it's absolutely removed. It's all down onto Jet. No available for Zoomer Academy in Duelist front. We are going to have the Into the Shadows available for Omen, though. 40 seconds left here. The drone's going in. Is the action going to begin here, though, again for Zoomer Academy? Bones has been that entry. He picked up a 2K and 3K last round. Not in the action for this one. No res available. And 5 angry on the way, agents. They're waiting. Here comes Governor.
Oh wow, Governor on the run it back, will find some damage but won't find the kill. That's going to be Jay Cruel taking down 7. 7 was able to get one for their troubles. Zoomer Academy still at a 1-player disadvantage here as the spike goes out. Oh, there's the recon bolt and there's the wall bang. Governor gets the headshot onto Arctic, but Perseverance still very much in this fight with 11 HP remaining now. Pushing through the backside, Jay Cruel on the snipe for the triple kill and on the way. Once again, re-extend their lead to 3 rounds.
Zoomer Academy checking themselves back in. Not before on the way, hand to the papers to check out furthermore. 5-2 the score. Only a couple of rounds do define the lead at this moment in time for the top 32. And a team like Zoomer Academy, you're on the attack against a very seasoned team within the T2 region right now for Valorant. So that in mind, not a bad half so far. I do believe Zoomer Academy, they've still got some gas in the tank, but they not going to need to stop at the gas station just yet, Dilly.
Absolutely, still plenty of fuel ready to go. And Zoomer Academy, they are no strangers to a tough situation. They won't have tapped out quite just yet. One thing interesting to note, looking at the stats for Ascent here from week number 43, this map here in the Valorant Sunday Showdown has been nearly 50-50 in terms of attack or defense. So Zoomer Academy comes down to which they really prefer. If the attacking side is their preference, they've got to be sweating a little bit. But if they're just holding out, waiting for that second half on defense, certainly still bodes well for Zoomer Academy. We'll see how their game plan shapes up as we move into the later stages of this match. 1 minute to go here in this 8th round. 2 ultimates in the hands of Zoomer Academy. The Empress there for Bones and the Hunter's Fury available for Arctic could come into play here as the clock ticks down. Zoomer Academy, this has been another round where they try to explore every option, but their eyes once again turn to A site.
They do turn to A site. Bones just trying to probe up on Catwalk, but they know Gucci's present. They know that guarded control has been absolutely locked down, no pun intended, with that Killjoy ult there. Talking of moves, Gucci getting knocked back. J. Crawl missing out on the frag reel, but able to grab him. One, grabs 2! Grabs 2, he didn't, what's he doing? That's disgusting.
That is gross from J. Cruel, and despite Zoomer Academy getting out onto site, they are dropping like flies! J. Cruel on the quadra kill cannot get the ace. Gucci 07 takes down Fletcher, but J. Cruel on a monster round, not to be outdone by Leviathan just yet, says, hey, I'm still here. I'm looking to get some kills. I'm looking to be an MVP. J. Cruel with the quadra kill and the top step of the leaderboard for now.
Oh, give me a second. That's goosebumps right in there. We've got the Operator. We've got the Phantom of Leviathan right now that they're holding at this moment in time. No matter what weapon you put in their hands, though, they are having an absolute scorcher. 13-1 for Leviathan. Ares, Odin, picks but Odin. Why not do it again? Operator in the hands of J. Cruel, and they are being very cool right now to their opponents. Zoomer Academy been making some really sick plays here. They've been patient. They've been calculated and assessing all of their risks, and nothing seems to be working on the way. Individual performance is separating the 2 teams right now.
Yeah, absolutely. The individual standouts for On the Way, but certainly we don't want to discount either the map movements of On the Way. Look at this push here coming out of B corridor from the defenders. Understanding A, Zoomer Academy is putting their eggs in the A basket. Perseverance though, punishing the aggression from On the Way, and now this round very much in the hands of the attackers.
Take it back though, J. Crawl. Look at this fella. He's got a great angle. And off angle, he's going to do him in. 1 taken down. Is there any more? He got a 4K last round. Just a reminder, PSA for those in chat there.
J.
I don't think he's done yet.
Backing away to this B site now. Bones pushing forward. J. Cruel gets yet another snipe. Will have his reign of terror put to an end there by Bones, but not before. Zoomer Academy take 2 big hits there. Now in a 3v2 as the spike goes down. On the way, don't have any ultimates, but they do have Gucci. Gucci takes down Arctic, and now a 2v2 as the defenders push their way out onto site.
Oh, I love this angle from Bones. I love this absolute drop for the angle, but holding it very well he will. Determined, holding Empress at his disposal. I'm curious, not using it at this point. This would get them back into the game if they were to grab this round. That bot up on sidewalk, that could be a problem.
Oh, Bones playing it perfectly patiently, and Fletcher follows up with the double peek. Expertly played by Zoomer Academy, and they're saying we're not just all frags, we got a little bit of brains as well. Really well done from Zoomer Academy, and we had touched on their reluctance to go over to B site. All of their winning rounds up until that point, well, all 2 of them had been on over towards the A site. Most of their site-taking attempts had been turned to A. That was a round where they finally got that opening on B site, thanks to Perseverance picking up that double kill with the Bulldog on Leviathan and Governor. That opened the door for Zoomer Academy. They took over B site, they got themselves a round, and now the possibilities looking much more open here for Zoomer Academy in this first half.
We are going to see that lockdown go down there, though, from Perseverance. Are they going to be pushing off it is the next question. 7. He needs to go for that last minute push here. Jumping into the action. No players detained, but it's getting that map control, isn't it? And that's something else to remember. Ult, not just about frags, it's about bagging the site as well. Perseverance. He's persevering, trying to lock down Cardinals as well. So many players there. The double spray down. The double headshot. That's how you get it down. 5 versus 3.
Once again, Perseverance picks up a double kill 2 rounds in a row, giving Zoomer Academy a much-needed advantage here as they try to hold on to this spike plant. Now 3 defenders remaining. J. Cruel trying to find a peek here through heaven, but this may be on the way, conceding the round.
I think it will be the Celestial Leviathan with the Ares not going to happen. 2 players available, but I think the operator and the handle is going to be worth a save. Not if Perseverance here for the 4K doesn't get the ace. Governor is going to pick up 2 on this exit, and he says, you know what, no, you're not getting me at all. I'm running it back. I'm running out of here if he can, and he's going to manage it. What a round from Zoomer Academy. Perseverance stepping up. Had some great lurk plays so far, but I think that's play of the game for him there, Dilly.
Absolutely. Perseverance here. I don't like to say single-handedly, but Perseverance here doing a lot of the work, a fair bit of the work, if you will, here for Zoomer Academy. 2 double kills in 2 rounds have given Zoomer Academy advantageous positions of which to capitalize off of. And now, look at On The Way's economy. If it weren't for that operator that Governor was able to save at the end of that round, they'd have practically nothing going into this round. And still, that is very much the case. Only 1 Stinger, 3 Sheriffs, and that lonely operator here 4 On The Way. They're gonna put it to best use as they can as Zoomer Academy, for what seems like the umpteenth time, taking over A site.
Yeah, A site's definitely been their favoured site, hasn't it? I'm really shocked, to be honest, that On The Way, they've not been playing someone hyper-aggressive. They did play it earlier in the half, and obviously you've got those lighter weapons trying to get it done. And what's happening? They seem to be falling apart here. They get taken out by Bones. Bones stepping up to the plate here. And out go Hunter's Fury as well from Arctic. On the way, they seem to be a bit confused what's happening.
Yeah, there wasn't much hope in this round for On The Way, and even less now as J. Cruel has to scurry on away, tail between their legs, just trying to keep that operator in play. But yeah, On The Way seemingly have stumbled after that surge out of the starting blocks that got them those initial 6 rounds. Zoomer Academy, they've stayed mentally strong. And I said earlier on, this roster here of Zoomer Academy, no stranger to tough positions. This was never a position in which they would have been tapping out early, and now their perseverance, haha, showing through, getting themselves the last 3 rounds in a row and 1 round away from tying us up here at the end of the half.
If you want to summarize Valorant with 1 word, it would be perseverance, wouldn't it? And the Valorant Sunday Showdown, you need perseverance to get through and crush all of your opponents on that Sunday Showdown as we get things going here. This is a best of 1 for the top 32 that you're seeing right now. Cup of Frags, my name, joining the lovely Dilly G on the casting desk. And, oh, Governor, he's getting really spicy here. He's feeling the heat, and he's not going to get much at all with that running back.
Yeah, On The Way kind of forcing the issue here to close out this half. Governor burns the run it back there for the intel for an opportunity at a kill. Does get some intel, won't find the kill. Bones forced away there by the alarm bot. Now Jay Cruel holding down that angle from B site. Could be very dangerous should Zoomer Academy try to engage, and it looks like this is where they want to take the fight. The spike is there, the whole cavalry is there. Jay Cruel lying in wait.
He's just slinking around right in the open as it will be. Confidence is key. Maybe that's a bit too confident, Dilly. Getting caught with the lymph, he's not careful. Ooh, that'll do there for Nate. Haven't seen too much of it in this half, but taking out Jet, that's a good way to start things off. Bones, chiming in, dismissing, coming through. Is he through with the frags though? Jay Cruel holding back sight. He needs to pick up a frag, or is it going to be over for him? That'll be over for the team. That's 4 versus 3.
Zoomer Academy here now 3 kills away from getting themselves on equal footing with On The Way, but Governor looking to say something about it, takes down Bones. Now a 3v3 here. The defenders looking to push in on site. Their health bars looking a little rough. Leviathan with the Odin peeking around the corner now, trying to find some damage onto one of the attackers. And now, here comes the retake. Gucci07 leading the way. Loses out to Perseverance. Perseverance once again picks up the double kill. Leviathan in the 1v2. Can they push forward? That's Perseverance. Arctic, though, wins out for the attackers. Takes down the rival Sova. And Zoomer Academy put 4 rounds in a row at the end of the first half to get themselves onto equal footing.
Don't do it very often, but that's a golf clap. A golf clap for a sick comeback there from Zoomer Academy. Little PSA, they looked down and out at the beginning of this first half, but IGL just coming together as a team. They're keeping themselves in the dream here. What a score, 6-6. I think they should be very happy with that.
Absolutely, and it very much corroborates the stats provided very generously by the spike.gg that says this map here in the Valorant Sunday Showdown, well, it's pretty dang close to 50-50 in terms of attacking or defending side favorites. So the stats lining up perfectly for how that first half should go, and now we wait with bated breath to see how the second half goes. Nat starts it out by getting spotted out by that recon bolt, and that's going to allow Zoomer Academy to take more real estate on B, but they may have put too many eggs in the B basket. Is On The Way, gets set up onto A site. Bones snipes down Nats through the mid corridor. The attackers left in a 4v5 as they try to get the spike down.
Nano Swarm trying to defend as much as they can off site there for Zoomer Academy. The door slams to a close, and I'll take it back. It's been taken out. Bones, he's on a revenge path here. He wants to turn things around. Got 2 frags. Can he get any more? He's going to get 3.
He's going to get 4! Bones hunting for the ace gets put down by Leviathan, and Leviathan has a full dinner plate of work on ahead of him, trying to deal some damage to these 4 remaining defenders. It will be all for naught, and Zoomer Academy take their first lead of this match in the first round of the second half.
Vroom, zooming into the lead, deserving that lead. On the way, asking the question, what's happening today? What's going on? This is a best of 1. If this was to be a map they were to lose, GG. No read, that is it. They're out of the running for this tournament. And that's something you've got to kind of rationalize, come to terms with, accept, and move on. Losing that lead, and when you've had such a good lead in that first half, it could be a tilter any level of play.
Yeah, absolutely. On The Way could be left scratching their heads a bit as to how this one got away from them. They need to come back together for this attacking side, and surely this is a squad that has a game plan ready to go for this side of the map, and they will want to use it to the best of their abilities. But it's tough when 7 is standing in your way, takes down Governor with that spray, and once again, the hill On The Way are trying to climb just gets that much more steep.
Really enjoying what I'm seeing here in this defender side from Zoomer Academy. Not giving too much away. Get the frag, back out and playing for picks. That traditional play style, and not giving anything else away to On The Way. Otherwise, they'll be on their way to get themselves into this round. As it will be though, 7, Spectre frag, and taking it easy. Chillin' man, 5 versus 4.
Absolutely. Don't see that there's too much in the cards in the way of an On The Way dub here in this 14th round. Certainly a difficult map to get a thrifty round over your opponents on. Just so many long sight lines like this one. Leviathan trying to dish out some damage with the classic though. Accuracy betraying him a bit. Here comes Bones right around the corner, picks up the kill onto Nats, dismisses away for free. And on the way, they've been set with a tough task here in this 14th round, and it just keeps getting tougher here as Bones cleans up B-site, takes down J. Cruel, Leviathan left all on his lonesome once more. And on the way, these are champs. These are this is a roster rather that's taken it all the way. They've been to the top step of the Valorant Sunday Showdown before. They would certainly have it on their minds to get there again here today. The top 32 already. They've come up against a tough foe in the form of Zoomer Academy. And on the way, they've been left a bit scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're left in the dust right now, aren't they? Just wondering, what happened? This is not what I ordered. It's like you get that delivery, you order a pizza, like I did not order pepperoni. I'm actually a vegetarian, and that seems to be the conundrum they're faced with right now. What can we do to get this to be something we want, a dub, potentially? How are we going to come through for the recon dart? Bones again, this hyper aggression. It's happening for all the players. Duelists alike, Seven and Reina alike. Double fragging here. And Reina, we want an example of how Reina can be used with just those 2 slots for Devour and Dismiss. Doesn't seem to be problems for Bones.
That was massive from Bones and Seven, the dynamic duo from Zoomer Academy taking down 2 members of On The Way on The Way's full buy round. This is a bonus round here for Zoomer Academy coming in, and Zoomer Academy with a 5v3 advantage. This is huge news for the young guns over at Zoomer Academy. If they convert this round, wow, it is smooth sailing for the next few. So, on the way, they've gotten the spike down. They look to hold down this B site, but there are 5 defenders forming this cavalry, looking to set their sights on the B site. Here they come. Governor stands tall, takes down Bones, sends out the molly, heal himself up a bit. And now Nats holding down this walkway. But he's got 2 angles to cover here. Zoomer Academy pinching in from either side. Seven gets the opening kill. Nats gets 1 before getting traded out. Perseverance picks up the double kill, and Zoomer Academy up 3 rounds over On The Way.
Such impressive plays here that we're seeing. Something for Zoomer K to look back on, to learn from their own plays. On the way though, at this point, money's looking pretty bleak. I think the spirit, the morale is going to be pretty bleak at this point too. Complete reverse sweep here from a team with less experience. You know that. You look at the stat board. A team, yeah, they've played a lot of Ascent for Zoomer Academy, so this is going to be a map they're feeling pretty damn comfortable. On the way though, you said it earlier, let's say it again. They're a big team that have gone very far at the Valorant Sunday Showdown. This is a situation likewise for them. They've been behind. Can they get themselves back into this game with a minimal buy? Couple of sheriffs available. That nerf stinger is available for Gucci as well. Is he going to be able to shoot it like a Vandal though?
That is a tough question to ask of Gucci07 there, but it's a question that has to be asked here because On The Way, they've simply, well, they've nearly run out of rounds to give away here from Zoomer Academy. Zoomer Academy are just 4 rounds away from sealing the deal, sending On The Way home. On the way home. Say that 5 times fast, if you will. But Zoomer Academy here have gotten themselves in a very fortuitous position, and to give them even more credit, this is 7 rounds in a row here for Zoomer Academy, carrying over from the last half. That is huge in terms of momentum for Zoomer Academy, but in terms of mental pressure for On The Way, that is not a slide this team would be used to giving away. And so now they've got to get in the huddle. They've got to figure out what to do here. So they kind of scratch their heads to try and come up with an answer for Zoomer Academy. And as I scratch my own head, it is certainly difficult to find a single answer.
It is, isn't it? And when you're so used to, I should say, winning most of your games. And On The Way, they've been on a really good streak so far the past couple of weeks, past few months, from Easy 5 onwards, growing their roster and really turn themselves into one of the best up-and-coming teams that we have here at the Valorant Sunday Showdown. I do ask, yeah, is this going to be too much for a knock on them? You've got to be really curious to know what's happening in that Team Speak server right now. That ages me, not Team Speak. Team Comms, whatever it may be. Things off. Talking current plays though, no one of the ancient event below, if you know what that is. Bones getting things off to the best start possible. He's doing that over and over again, isn't he? All over the map. He's switching up his playstyle, and he's been a big problem for OT Dubs.
Absolutely. Bones and Seven combined are just a huge thorn in the side of On the Way. Once again, Bones coming up with the double kill here. On the Way looking to secure their position with this Hunter's Fury. Oh my goodness!
Oh.
Leviathan picks up the double kill with the Hunter's Fury. Seven will be able to find a snipe, but J. Cruel takes down Perseverance. We find ourselves in a 2v1 On the Way. Very close to stealing away a thrifty round. Bones on the site looking to save the day. Picks up the triple kill, takes down J. Cruel, and Leviathan now in the 1v1. Just has to play the time. Takes down Bones to 25 HP with that expert shock dart. Bones sees the clock ticking down, can't do anything about it. Leviathan may have just sealed the deal here for On the Way, and that is what we wanted to see from the attackers.
Deal or no deal? If he was on the telephone and he says, absolute deal, I'm taking this and we are going to get ourselves back into the game here. Mere 2 rounds between Zoomer Academy and On the Way at this point. On the Way did have a formidable lead in that first half. Looked to be that devastating force crushing their opponent. But Zoomer Academy, they've got some crushing available in their repertoire as well. We do have 4 ults available for On the Way though, Dilly. That might change up things for this round.
Absolutely. If On the Way wanted to try and guarantee themselves a round, this would be a great time to do so. Dueling Blade Storms here in this round as well, both sides with some daggers at their disposal. Here comes Governor on the run it back. It's sniped out by some daggers coming out from Zoomer Academy. Gucci 07 snipes down 7, the Blade Storm wielder, now in the grave here. So the defense finds themselves in a 4v5 deficit as the spike goes down.
This is going to be a big round for On the Way. If they're able to get this, I believe this would put Zoomer Academy in some financial troubles, but it's not going to be a problem with Perseverance. He's going to persevere with wallbang headshots like that. Another one. Bones chiming in as well. It's 4 versus 3. This is looking super chaotic for On the Way.
This is tougher On the Way to deal with. They've been pushed off the site. Here comes Bones taking the fight right to them. Picks up the triple kill. Now just 1 member of On the Way remaining and make it 0 members as we were talking about all the action. The defuse snuck through in the background, and Zoomer Academy let one slide here in the second half, but they snatched one right back, getting themselves on to double digits. All of the ultimates here for On the Way gone in that round. Used up, expended, and now out of the way for Zoomer Academy. On the opposite side, it's Empress ready to go for Bones, and Bones has been dangerous enough without it. I certainly fear for On the Way here in this 18th round.
That was Lockdown, that was Blade Storm, and a run it back being sat down like Bones, or 7 I should say. He's going to sit down Leviathan. J. Cruel chime back in for 1 on 7 though. Jet for Jet, the Jet duplicate taken out. But this aggression here from Bones, he's been such a ruthless player to play against this game. I'm in shock.
Bones is a stone cold killer, digging up the graves here for On the Way. Governor trying to get himself back out of it. Takes down Perseverance, a really important kill for On the Way to get. Perseverance has been so deadly, especially in the second half. And now this is rare for Zoomer Academy here in the second half, but they find themselves disadvantaged 3 versus 4 as the spike goes down, and J. Cruel on the flank snipes down
What a
Bones.
position.
Absolutely god play positioning from J. Cruel. Now Zoomer Academy, I think they maybe slink away and live to fight another day.
Seeing that lurk art put into play, not something that many agents and many players have been able to master yet in the Valorant realm. I tell you, that looked like that sort of CSGO style seasoned veteran that just had the confidence of where those players are pushing from the rotate. Excellent stuff from On the Way. If they can continue that kind of momentum, get those players using that individual skill that we do see on that former Easy 5 roster. And at this current moment, they're not really utilizing those picks. They're playing a bit passive. If On the Way we're able to play some more aggression into this one, I think, Dilly, I think they could find themselves at a tie game very shortly.
Very much so. I think these teams have indicated here in this later stages of the match that they are through giving each other streaks of rounds. We are going blow for blow here in these final stages of this top 32 best of one. These teams have both landed near knockout punches on each other, and now both looking to seal the deal here. Zoomer Academy just 3 rounds away from eliminating former VSS champions on the way. On the way here, 2 rounds down to the challengers, and still 5 rounds away from securing their spot in the top 16. And it all comes down to these last few rounds. Empress still in the pocket there for Bones, still holding on to that as well as we see the lockdown there available for Zoomer Academy. On the way, the ultimate economy still a bit barren, still trying to build up that momentum. The attackers playing very patiently to start off this 19th round.
And that's something we were just discussing, wasn't it? We just had the murmurs on the bench of, is that the problem for On The Way right now? We've been doing a lot of delayed plays. That great flick aim that we've seen from On The Way time and time again is best used in those fast, high velocity situations. If you're going to give 7, if you're going to give players of that caliber a bit more than a piece of thread, they'll take the whole damn yard. It's not going to work out here though for 7. Still that bonus spectre. The Op gonna get things started out here. It's a 5 versus 4. Emperor's getting popped off. Bones doing what he does best, trying to frag out here. He's not gonna do it.
Oh, Governor so confident to take that peek, and now On The Way get themselves the B site. Perseverance, though, still a force to be reckoned with, gets a kill back for Zoomer Academy, bringing them into a 3v4. And this lockdown comes out from Perseverance. This is big news for Zoomer Academy, big news for On The Way. Will they try to run away from this? Because now Perseverance trying to hold it down, but loses out. Leviathan has snuck up on Zoomer Academy, takes down Perseverance, and the lockdown gets taken out by Leviathan. That is disaster for the defenders.
Disaster struck. Fletcher, he better be feeling it here. Getting sprayed down from spawn. Leviathan on the flank. That's going to be a scary one. And to outrank him, it will. 10-9's the score. 1 round is all that stands between On The Way and a tie game at this point. A reminder, PSA, they were in the lead significantly in that first half. Zoomer Academy have clambered their way into the lead, but right at this moment, look at that economy. The economy's in the trash. Absolutely in the can for Zoomers. Shiko at best, the Sheriff buy with a little bit of light armor, but truth be, they've got to save for a full buy, especially against the likes of On The Way.
Yeah, absolutely. Zoomer Academy, they have to go for the long con here. The Force Spies and the Thrifties only really working out one of these 20 rounds here thus far. Governor, understanding the situation, peeks on Bones, takes him down, heals up as well. Still has that full health bar. Perseverance, though, snipes down Leviathan with that Sheriff, and Zoomer Academy taking the fight right to On The Way.
So let's little recap. On The Way, we've got the full buy. We've got the Sheriff, the Shiko, the light armor buy coming from Zoomer Academy. You can see that the spicy frag here. It's not going to work out. Not going to work out for Arctic. That's cold as ice. Getting put into the freezer. He's on the back to the 3-on-2 with Zoomer Academy. This Shiko, I'm sure it turned out a lot more successful than they thought it would.
Yeah, Zoomer Academy may not be able to steal this round away, but they have been able to steal away some of that economic momentum On The Way we're starting to build in the last few rounds. Zoomer Academy now hunting to do some more damage. Fletcher with a stolen Phantom in hand, pushing forward, but On The Way. Certainly not going to challenge this one until they absolutely have to. And this peek, I knew it was going to be so dangerous for 7. J. Cruel takes him down. Nats closing up the round for On The Way. And On The Way tie themselves back up, this time double digits apiece.
Woo! The Ric Flair woo coming through, because action left, right, and centre here for the Valorant Sunday Showdown. Top 32 is all we sit at, and I say it's all we sit at because the caliber that we're seeing is a final cut of play at this moment in time. Cup of Frag on the mic right now, joining the lovely Dilly G here for the Vanguard series at Valorant Sunday Showdown. Hopefully having a good time so far, and the action is still to come. Plenty of action left for your Sunday. 1K on the line for this entire tournament, and you can see a team like On The Way. They've been around the block before. Zoomer Academy, they would have joined them up at those top ranks and give it a go. Governor putting that running back in, and J. Cruel, he's on support.
Leviathan pops the Hunter's Fury once more. Leviathan takes down Perseverance with that Hunter's Fury. Leviathan has been so deadly, be it with the Ares, be it with the Odin, be it with the Hunter's Fury. And Zoomer Academy down 1 here as the clock ticks down and Gucci 07 gets the spike down. Fletcher and Bones on the flank could do some damage on the way. Aren't careful is on the way, set up now to hold down A site. Here comes Bones pushing out with that Lear. Full HP, full armor as well. Bones has gone undetected. Here comes the push onto Gucci. Bones can't get the spray. Gucci 07 gets one out on over to Bones. Gets the double kill as well on the way, holding down this fight. Arctic finds the revenge onto Gucci, but J. Cruel still very much in the match. Takes down 7. Arctic now in the 1v3, burned at the feet, sniped down in the chest. J. Cruel wins the round for On the Way. On the Way now, 2 rounds away from securing their spot in the top 16.
Big money rounds here for Zoomer Academy. And talking of money, is it healthy or is it not? It's looking a bit sickly. Yet again, the Sheriff play is going to be the only thing that's a wise option for them. But truth be, it's close to the end of the game. They need to get rounds here and now. Saving, you've only got one more round to save, and you put yourself between a rock and a hard place. And Zoomer Academy, they know that. But what's going to be the play here? What do you think, Dilly? Is it the full buy, or do you go for that full save?
It's the million-dollar question. If you can get it right every time, well, you've got certainly bigger things to think about than just this Valorant game. It is such a tough call to make, to play for the long con or to just go for the dub. I think different teams would approach it differently. And frankly, surprised and impressed Zoomer Academy are going for that conservative play here. On the way, they're actually being completely left in the dark here of Zoomer Academy's map movements. Zoomer Academy have surrounded the attackers.
Look at Bones though, this flank, Dilly. This flank could be deadly. If you even land one frag, the timing's going to be perfect.
This could be big for Zoomer Academy. This is the Thrifty. This is Bones on the push. Snipes down Nats. Here comes a Zoomer Academy. J. Cruel keeping the attackers alive. Snipes down Bones, but here comes Arctic with the Hunter's Fury looking to deal some damage. 7 on the up and over. Takes down Leviathan. Fletcher snipes down Governor. Zoomer Academy want to tie us up right here, right now. J. Cruel snipes down 7, keeping the attackers alive as the spike goes down. Now J. Cruel stuck in this corner, has to hide away from the remaining defenders as they figure this one out. Arctic loses out to Gucci on site. J. Cruel! Dirty snipe onto Fletcher. Gucci closes out the round. On the way with their backs up against the wall. Find a way to survive.
Through the smoke, through the fire and the flames, coming through with the operator shot from Wine Cellar from downtown is going to be J. Cruel taking that top frag and taping up the wound, if you will. Almost a 30 bomb for J. Cruel. Leviathan started things off pretty damn hot, and across the board, on the way, they are looking to be on match point for this top 32 best of 1 for today. Little bit of time left for Zoomer Academy. They better be checked in. The light armor buy with the Operator 7. Going to have to try and compete with J. Cruel if they want to stay in this.
Now on the way, they've got all 5 members on the B side of the map. There is no variance. They are going all in on this one, putting all their money on the table. The lockdown, securing significant real estate, and the Blade Storm popped for the side of On the Way. For the side of On the Way, and here comes the attack, pushing out onto the B site. Leviathan gets the spray onto Fletcher, but Bones finds the revenge, takes down Leviathan. That's a big set of eyes taken out for On the Way here, but still 4 members remaining, getting 2 kills here. Arctic picks up 1, but that is all she wrote for Zoomer Academy. On the Way, former VSS champs punched their ticket on into top 16.
Zoomer Academy, what a run for On the Way's money. Excellent plays there, nothing to be ashamed about. In fact, a lot to celebrate from that matchup in top 32. Well played to both teams.
Absolutely. If I am the coach or manager or whoever involved with Zoomer Academy, I am still cheering. I am pumping my fist. That was legendary performance from these guys, especially when you take a look at how young that Zoomer Academy's roster is. Zoomer Academy is not a joke of a name for that team, is what I'll say about that. So these guys have massive amounts of potential, massive amounts of talent, but they today were all outdone by J. Cruel on the operator, on the Jet. 30, 16, and 5, average combat score of 339. Absolutely unreal standout stats. Only real competition for J. Cruel at the top certainly had been Bones and Leviathan, really elbowing for that top step, but J. Cruel wins out in the end, your match MVP for top 32.
If you had any doubts, if Reina is still in the meta, well, I'm sure Bone's can attest to that one. Maybe not at the top of the scoreboard, but some big frags, big plays all over the place. And we did say, J. Cruel, yeah, that 30 bomb you got there, and that 4K, quite a memorable one with the operator.
Yes.
I believe it was in A-site there.
Yes, correct.
Excellent stuff.
Yeah, mega performance from so many players in this game. Leviathan had a monster performance as well. Bones and Perseverance for the side of Zoomer Academy. Legitimately mind-blowing performances from several players in this match. So I think from either side of these teams, it is a day to be happy about, is a day to take away positives from. And for us, it is now a day to move into top 16. We will be moving into top 16 with Penguin Sledding going right up against Dialed In. So definitely stick around. You definitely don't want to miss it.
See you soon, guys.